Here, this very last problem, I wanted to go ahead and work through this one with you. It is a little bit different. This is one of the techniques you can use when you are simplifying these trig identities, and it is to factor out a common expression. So what I want you to do is to look at both of these terms. And what do you notice they both contain? I hope you will see that both of them contain a sine squared. So when you're learning algebra 2, algebra 1, those kinds of algebraic techniques to factor out, this would mean that sine squared is a common factor of both these terms. So that's what we want to do. We want to factor it out and see what's left over after we do that. Technically, when you factor, you are dividing both terms by that factor, that greatest common factor. So that's what we want to do. We want to just look at these terms individually and see what's left over if I divide both terms by sine squared. So in this first one, sine squared divided by sine squared is 1. So if I factor that out, then all I have left over is 1 for that term, the first term. Over here, sine squared times cotangent squared over sine squared. My sines actually cancel. So all we're left with in this term is a cotangent squared. Now, if it's bothering you, then you're not sure if you've done it right, think about redistributing sine squared to both of these terms inside the parentheses, and you should see that it matches what we started with. All right? So that's how you would factor that out. Now, why did we do that? Well, it helps to do that because if you look at what was left over in parentheses, now I've got to go back up here because this is one that I don't necessarily always remember off the top of my head. The 1 plus cotangent, I am pretty sure that's a Pythagorean. There it is. All right. I see it. 1 plus cotangent squared is the same as cosecant squared. So what we're going to do is replace that right here with a cosecant squared. Now that one was kind of nice. And the other ones we have to rearrange them sometimes to make that Pythagorean identity work. But this one was just outright 1 plus cotangent squared is cosecant squared. So that was kind of nice, wasn't it? It's just a direct substitution there. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. All right, if you go back over here, what you notice, I hope, is that you've got reciprocals here. Sine and cosecant are reciprocals of each other, and it doesn't really matter which one you decide to convert to the other, but definitely cosecant squared will be the same as 1 over sine squared due to those reciprocal identities. And there you go. It's another one of those ones. It doesn't always happen like that, but it seems to happen again quite a bit. All right, so I know these are different. I know that they're kind of strange. I know that you feel like there's no rhyme or reason as to why you're having to do these. If for nothing else, it's to use a different part of your brain, and I know that's not what y'all want to hear, but it's a problem-solving part of your brain that you're using, and it is really helping you refine those skills to think ahead, think deductively, use logic, and that's always good for us, no matter how old we are. So I hope to tie in some trig equations with these identities with you before Christmas gets here, before the final. And this is the last thing that we're talking about. And I just hope y'all keep trying. Email me if you need anything. I will do my best to try to help you as much as I can. That's my desire, and that's what I want to do. So I hope y'all have a good day.